warm, empathetic. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to handle one of the most painful and confusing dynamics that can follow a divorce, when your own family or your partner's family seems to choose the ex over you. So, we are going to unpack why this happens, how it feels, and most importantly, what you can do about it. This isn't just about theory. It's about giving you practical tools to navigate a situation that can feel incredibly isolating. We'll explore the hidden loyalties and unspoken rules that keep families stuck in the past, and I'll guide you toward creating a healthier, more peaceful future for your new family unit. You deserve to feel secure in your own home and with your partner's loved ones. It all started with a comment left on this channel. A man wrote in, and his words stopped me in my tracks because they pointed to a truth we so rarely discuss. We often talk about the challenges faced by stepmoms and the complexities of co-parenting from the new wife's perspective. But he highlighted a different kind of pain, one that happens when a man ends a marriage and is ready to build a new life, but his own family isn't. His parents, his siblings, his cousins, lifelong friends. They haven't moved on, even if he has, creating a difficult and lonely path for him to walk. This creates an almost impossible situation, a loyalty bind that is rarely acknowledged in conversations about divorce. What happens when a man's own mother continues to invite his ex-wife to family holidays, treating her like a daughter? What does it feel like when his siblings call his ex for advice or share inside jokes that he is no longer a part of? And then, what happens when a new partner, a new wife who is full of love and hope, steps into this unresolved family system? She enters a landscape where the battle lines were drawn long before her arrival, and she is suddenly caught in a crossfire she did not create and does not understand. Our goal today is to shed light on this very specific, very painful dynamic. We're going to approach this with empathy for everyone involved, for the fathers who feel betrayed by their own blood, and for the new partners and stepmoms who feel like outsiders in their own extended family. We will explore the deep-seated reasons why families sometimes cling to the past, holding on to an ex-daughter-in-law or sister-in-law. More importantly, we will outline the concrete, actionable steps that are needed to protect the integrity and peace of your current relationship and your new household. This is about moving from a place of hurt and confusion to a place of clarity and strength. When we talk about divorce, the narrative often centers on the emotional journey of women. We discuss their feelings of loss, betrayal, the immense challenge of rebuilding a life, often while juggling the primary care of children. But this focus, while important, has unintentionally created a blind spot. We have overlooked the profound and distinct pain that men can experience. A man who leaves a marriage, even for valid and necessary reasons, can find himself adrift in a sea of isolation he never anticipated. This isn't just about missing his children. It's a deeper, more pervasive loneliness from feeling misunderstood and abandoned by the very people he expected to be his anchor. This isolation is often compounded by societal expectations of masculinity. Men are frequently taught to be stoic, to handle their problems quietly, to not burden others with their emotional struggles. So, when a man's world is turned upside down by divorce, he may not have the language or the social permission to express the depth of his grief. He watches his former life continue from a distance. He sees photos on social media of his ex-wife enjoying activities with friends and family he once considered his own. He might feel like a ghost haunting the edges of a life he helped build, now relegated to the role of a visitor, a weekend dad, or worse, an outsider. Imagine leaving the family home, the place where you watched your children take their first steps and celebrated countless birthdays. Now you return to a quiet, empty apartment that echoes with the absence of laughter and daily chaos. Your friends, who were once couple friends, may have awkwardly chosen a side, leaving your social circle decimated. The support system you thought you had can crumble overnight, not out of malice, but because people simply don't know how to navigate the new landscape. This quiet, gnawing loneliness is a heavy burden, one that men carry in silence far too often, feeling as though their pain is invisible or somehow less valid. This sense of being on the outside looking in is a powerful and disorienting experience. Routines gone, traditions gone, simple daily connections gone. He is no longer part of the inside jokes, the nightly bedtime stories, the spontaneous family dinners. Instead, his interactions can become scheduled and formal, filtered through co-parenting apps and brief handover exchanges. This isn't just a change in logistics, it's a fundamental shift in his identity. He goes from being a central figure in his family's story to a supporting character. That demotion can inflict a deep and lasting wound on his sense of self-worth and belonging. One of the most shocking and painful experiences for a man after divorce is the assault on his character, especially when it comes from his own family. You might expect your ex-partner to speak ill of you. That's a sad but common feature of contentious splits. But what happens when your own mother starts echoing that negative narrative? But what happens when your brother starts echoing that negative narrative? What do you do when the people who have known you your entire life begin to question your integrity, question your decisions, question your very nature as a person? This is more than just disagreement. It feels like a fundamental betrayal, a rewriting of your personal history by the people you trusted most to preserve it. This character assassination often happens subtly at first. It might start with loaded questions from a sibling, like, "Are you sure you're thinking about the kids?" Or a parent's passive-aggressive comment, "Well, your ex-wife is just so devastated, she can barely function." These statements plant seeds of doubt and position him as the sole cause of everyone's pain. The complex realities of why the marriage ended are reduced to mutual unhappiness, years of growing apart issues both partners contributed to. They're flattened into a simple, villainous caricature. He becomes the one who left the one who broke the family. After a divorce, a man's family members often find themselves in a difficult position, caught between their love for him and their long-standing relationship with his ex-wife. This internal conflict often manifests as a series of unspoken loyalty tests, and the man can feel like he is consistently failing them. Every family gathering, every holiday, every phone call can become a minefield. Does his mother mention that she had a lovely lunch with his ex? Does his sister post old family photos that prominently feature his former spouse? These actions, whether intentional or not, send a powerful message. We are not letting go of the past, and we are not fully on your side. There is a crucial distinction that families often fail to make in the aftermath of a divorce. The difference between maintaining civility with an ex for the sake of the children and fostering a covert allegiance that undermines their son's new life. Being civil is healthy and necessary. It means being polite at school events, coordinating on children's birthdays, communicating respectfully about co-parenting matters. It's about putting the children's emotional well-being first. This is a mature and responsible approach that supports a stable environment for the kids, and it's something that both the father and his new partner should be able to appreciate and encourage. However, the line is crossed when civility morphs into a deep, enmeshed relationship that excludes and invalidates the man and his current household. This is covert allegiance. It looks like a mother-in-law continuing her weekly phone calls with her ex-daughter-in-law, sharing intimate details about her son's new life. It looks like siblings inviting the ex to family events from which the new partner is implicitly or explicitly excluded. For a man in this situation, the concept of family begins to feel fractured and unrecognizable. The place that was once his source of unconditional love and support can start to feel like a foreign land, with customs and alliances he no longer understands. Going home for a visit is no longer a comforting experience. It's a stressful one, filled with anxiety about what might be said or who might be there. He finds himself bracing for impact before every phone call and before every family dinner, anticipating the casual mention of his ex or the subtle comparison that will leave him and his new partner feeling like outsiders. This emotional distance is a profound loss. It's the grief of realizing that the people who raised you may not fully see or support the man you have become. He might look at his parents or siblings and feel a painful disconnect, as if they are operating from an old script that he is no longer a part of. They may still love him, but their actions demonstrate a loyalty to a version of the family that no longer exists. This forces him to emotionally withdraw to protect himself, creating even more distance and reinforcing the feeling that he has not only lost a wife, but also his place within his own family of origin. This alienation has a ripple effect on his new life. How can he build a strong, secure foundation with a new partner when his own family is actively, if unintentionally, undermining it? The constant need to explain, defend, and manage his family's behavior is draining. He may start to avoid family functions altogether, choosing to protect his peace and his partner's feelings over subjecting them to a predictably uncomfortable environment. This choice, while necessary, comes at the cost of further isolating himself from his roots. Ultimately, this painful journey forces a man to redefine what family means to him. He may come to realize that family is not just about blood, but about who shows up for you, who respects your choices, and who honors your happiness. He learns that he must become the primary defender of his new household, creating a sanctuary with his partner that is shielded from the unresolved dynamics of the past. This is a difficult and lonely realization, but it is also a powerful one. It marks the moment he stops seeking approval from a family that won't give it, and starts building a new definition of family rooted in the love and respect he has found in his present. As a new partner or stepmom, you often walk into a family dynamic that feels like a war zone where the battles were fought long before you ever arrived. You meet a man, you fall in love, you are excited to build a future together. You enter his world with an open heart, ready to get to know his children, embrace his family as your own. But what you may discover, sometimes slowly, and sometimes with a shocking jolt, is that you have stepped onto a field littered with the emotional shrapnel of his past. The unresolved issues between him, his ex-wife, and his family of origin create a complex and hostile environment you were never prepared for. One of the most damaging aspects of this dynamic is being placed in an unspoken competition with a ghost. The ex-wife, especially one who is held in high esteem by the family, becomes an invisible benchmark against which you are constantly measured. Her cooking, her parenting style, her way of celebrating holidays, her personality, all of it becomes the gold standard. You can feel the weight of this comparison in subtle comments and nostalgic sighs. Sarah always made the most wonderful apple pie for Thanksgiving. She isn't just reminiscing, she's positioning you as the understudy to a star performer who has already left the stage. You might spend hours preparing a special meal, only to have it met with polite but lukewarm praise, followed by a story about a similar meal the ex once made. If you try to replicate what she did, you risk being seen as a poor imitation. If you do things your own way, you risk being seen as someone who is disrespecting tradition and trying to change things for the worse. Despite being in a committed relationship and part of a new family unit, you can experience a profound and painful sense of loneliness. You sit at a dinner table surrounded by people who are laughing at inside jokes you don't understand and reminiscing about shared memories from which you were absent. They aren't necessarily trying to exclude you, but the sheer weight of their shared history creates an invisible wall. You can be in a room full of people who are supposed to be your family and feel utterly, completely alone. When you hear them making plans with her, or talking about her as if she's still an integral part of the family, it sends a clear message. You haven't fully been let in. You are on the periphery, looking into a circle that remains closed to you. This can lead to a disconnect between you and your partner, where you feel your pain isn't completely validated, which only deepens your sense of being alone in your struggle. This persistent feeling of being an outsider can take a significant toll on your mental health and on the health of your relationship. After months or even years of navigating these painful dynamics, you may reach a breaking point. You realize that your emotional well-being, your peace of mind, and your self-respect are being sacrificed at the altar of someone else's comfort. It is at this crucial juncture that you must understand a fundamental truth. Your well-being is not negotiable. You do not have to tolerate disrespect. You have a right to feel safe, respected, and cherished. This realization is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Shift your focus from trying to win their approval to protecting your own peace. Set firm, clear boundaries. A boundary is not about controlling others. It is a declaration of what you will and will not accept. Say, I will no longer attend family events where I am made to feel like an outsider, or I will not listen to conversations that compare me favorably to my partner's ex. These are acts of self-preservation, not ultimatums. Weigh that fear against the cost of continuing to endure a situation that drains your spirit. Choose your mental health over a superficial harmony. While setting your own boundaries is essential for self-preservation, it is not a long-term solution if you are acting alone. The ultimate responsibility for managing his family of origin lies with your partner. It is his family, his history, his battle to lead. A new wife, a stepmom cannot and should not be the one to confront her in-laws about their attachment to the ex. When she does, she is easily cast as the jealous, controlling newcomer. But when he speaks, he is a son. He is a brother establishing necessary boundaries for his household. Your partner's role is absolutely pivotal. He must be the one to have the direct, difficult conversations. He needs to be able to say to his mother, "Mom, I love you, but when you constantly talk about Sarah, it is hurtful to my wife and it undermines our relationship. I need you to stop." He must tell his siblings, "Inviting my ex to family events without discussing it with me is not acceptable. My wife and I are a unit, and we need to be respected as such." His partner must see he is her fiercest advocate and that they are a team. If he won't take this role, it's a significant red flag. The health of your relationship depends on him stepping up, absorbing the discomfort of setting boundaries and creating a protected space for your new family to flourish, free from the ghosts of the past. His actions, or inaction, will define the future for you both. As we bring our conversation to a close, it is crucial to reframe this entire issue. The pain we've discussed is not fundamentally a men versus women problem. The healthier, more accurate distinction is between healthy and unhealthy family systems. A healthy system is one that can adapt to change, respect boundaries, and make space for new members and new realities. It is flexible, communicative, and prioritizes the current well-being of all its members. An unhealthy system, on the other hand, is rigid and stuck. It is governed by unspoken rules, conflict avoidance, and a fear of change. Understanding this shifts the focus from blame to diagnosis, which is the first step toward finding a real solution. It's not about you not being good enough. It's about the family system not being healthy enough to adapt and welcome you fully. The true goal is to establish a healthier subsystem for you and your partner, one that is protected by strong boundaries. The focus must shift from fighting the old system to building a new, resilient one. Focus on the sanctuary you and your partner are building together. That is your truth, your home, and your future. Let that be the foundation you stand upon, firm and unshakable. I started this video with a promise that by the end, you would know how to handle this painful situation. I hope you now feel more clear, validated, and empowered. You cannot change other people, but you can change how you respond. Choose to protect your peace, build a healthy unit with your partner, and stop participating in a dynamic that does not serve you. You have the power to create a new story rooted in respect, love, and present-day happiness. The past does not have to define your future. Build a new foundation, one brick at a time, together. If this video has been helpful to you, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear this. Leave a comment below to share your experience. Thank you for being here today.